some tough issues. And these bills are here so that we can get information. We appreciate you all being here because on the one hand, I want to see a label that tells me as much stuff as I can get. On the other hand, if it's too much, the consumer won't read it or the average consumer won't read that labeling, so we have that balance. Mr. Faber's right. We've got to substitute good stuff for bad stuff, and sometimes maybe the states are ahead, but then we have issues that are related to making sure that we're doing this in a manner that we don't so make the expense of warehousing or distribution so high that we can't deal with it. So we have to move from there because the cost can be raised if you have to have more warehouses and you have to have more trucks delivering the items to the grocery stores because you're going into different states. So we got to figure out a balance there. And Mr. Hamilton, I will say right off the bat that I have already been lobbied today by Mr. Stile on the curd bill. He came to me and said this is very, very important. Now, Mr. It's a hard afternoon. Calalillo. My district in Southwest Virginia borders 4 states, West Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, and the one that everybody learned about if they didn't know before, Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee, because the Geico Gecko jumps back and forth in the middle of the main Commerce Street, right in downtown Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee. It's both states. There are lots of plants in my district and on the borders and distribution companies, small candy companies, food, I mean, you name it, who are distributing. When they send that distribution truck out, they're going to stores on the road, on the route that they have, both in Virginia and West Virginia, both in Virginia and Tennessee, both in Virginia and North Carolina, and in some cases, in a single route, they will hit Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia in a single day. Without any hesitation, they can do that because they're all right there together. So that creates the situation that we have, and I recognize the concern, but the patchwork of state regulations for labels, use, sale, et cetera, impacts costs. And you talked earlier about that, but those costs impact your ability to stock inventories you talked about on the warehouses. Those costs get passed on to the consumer, and it's a problem. So do you think having an agreed upon labeling standard would help with this and bring down the cost of food, or at least not make it go up any higher, the cost for both food for the manufacturer to produce and the consumer to buy?
Thank you, Chairman. Absolutely. I mean, one standard that everybody understands clearly, the manufacturers, the retailers, it just makes us as efficient as we are today. When you start talking about patchwork of laws, it clearly complicates it. We have a store in Easton, Pennsylvania, and Phillipsburg, New Jersey. Those shoppers shop both ways. When they get confused, if one state in Pennsylvania outlaws something, the state of New Jersey makes it legal, how does that consumer know what is the best product? So you have those costs that I clearly delineated. However, you have a huge cost of customer confusion of what is good, what is bad. You know, we want to give our customers the safest food supply. Whatever the government, and in our case, we suggest the FDA determines, that's what we should be following. If we have to have, we have 4,000 private label items. If we would have to have 9 different formulas for private label items, either they're going to go away because we can't afford that, or they're going to get more expensive for the consumer. So we really feel that one set of regulations is best for us to keep costs down, not to drive costs up.
And that's my general philosophy, but I also recognize Mr. Faber's point. If there are thousands of new chemicals, the consumer needs to figure out some way, and the FDA, I don't know that the FDA can do it all as fast as we need to, so we're going to figure out that balance, because I will tell you there are certain food products that I don't know why I have a reaction to them. There must be something in there that I don't know about. But I can tell the difference. Now, none of them are fatal, and I'm not going to, go into anaphylactic shock immediately on most of it. But, I found this particularly where I've been able to identify those within vitamins because the coating on the vitamin might have something in it, or the pain reliever. The coating on the base ingredient might have something, and I just have to do trial and error. So we've got to figure out how do we get that balance where we get it right, where we're dealing with the thousands of chemicals, and for those of us who are food sensitive or chemical sensitive in certain areas, we got to figure that balance out. At the same time, I recognize the cost to the consumer is huge if you don't have some kind of standard. So that's what we've got to work on as a committee, and we will work together in a bipartisan fashion, I feel, and move forward with this. And I now yield back.